Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're looking at something really relevant to, well, to you, our listener, how the English language can actually be this powerful engine for your personal growth.
Exactly. We're diving into how, engaging with English is.
Hmm.
It's more than just grammar and vocabulary. It can genuinely shape your thinking, your emotions, even your sense of self.
Yeah, we've been digging into this really interesting discussion, source material titled The Power of English for Personal Growth. And our mission here is really to pull out the key insights, the practical stuff,
hmm
giving you a kind of concentrated look at how this, global language can fuel your own development. Not just learning words, but actual transformation.
Right. The goal is to uncover those deeper ways that actively using English can unlock parts of your potential you maybe didn't even know were there.
Okay, so let's jump right in. One of the big ideas that came up first was communication.
Mhm.
Now, we all know English is huge in like business, science, tech.
Sure, the usual
Yeah.
suspects.
But what's really interesting here, I think, is how it can massively expand your personal world, your connections.
And that connection piece is fascinating, isn't it? It's not just transactional information exchange. It's about actually connecting with people who see the world completely differently
Yeah,
and how that fundamentally shifts your perspective.
it really does. I mean, think about it. Encountering different cultures just makes you see things in a new light. Someone in the source mentioned traveling to Thailand.
Ah, right.
And English just became this amazing bridge, forging real connections, understanding a whole different way of life. Those real-world moments, they're powerful.
Totally. And there was another example, wasn't there? Germany, I think?
Yes, Germany, a
Mm.
student program where English was the common ground for people from all over.
And what's key there is how that shared language allowed for, real conversations, genuine cultural exchange, not just surface level stuff.
Exactly. So it links back to this idea of English being a gateway to, well, multiple viewpoints.
Which, for anyone interested in seeing things from different angles, that's a huge plus, a real personal advantage.
Yeah, definitely. Now, another big area they talked about was confidence. And maybe this gets overlooked
I
sometimes.
think so.
But the actual process of learning and speaking English, especially if it's not your native tongue, it can be this incredible builder of self-belief.
Yeah, and what is it about that particular skill, do you think? Why does it boost confidence so much?
Well, maybe it's because every time you manage a conversation or understand a movie or even just write an email,
Uh-huh.
you're proving something to yourself. You're tackling a challenge and succeeding. And that repetition.
That consistent feedback loop.
Yeah.
It strengthens your sense of capability, doesn't it?
Right. And that confidence, it doesn't just stay in the language box, does it? The discussion pointed out how being able to express yourself clearly empowers you more broadly.
To participate more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To voice opinions with more conviction. That feeling of like navigating the world in another language, it can be really liberating, empowering.
Makes sense. And then the conversation shifted a bit towards the brain itself, the mental workout aspect.
Yeah, the cognitive benefits. It's
Yeah.
not just passive learning, it's actively exercising your brain.
You're improving memory, focus, critical thinking skills, all that good stuff.
Hmm.
But what really stood out to me was the idea of cognitive flexibility.
Right, the bilingualism research.
Oh, yeah. It suggests that being bilingual can make you better at switching between tasks, more creative problem solving.
So engaging with English is literally like making your mind more agile, more adaptable.
Pretty much. It's more than just words. It's kind of rewiring things in a good way.
Okay, let's talk about access, information. The sheer volume, someone pointed out, over half the internet is in English.
It's staggering, really.
Just think about that. An unbelievable amount of knowledge just available.
And if you're someone who wants to learn things quickly, thoroughly,
Mm,
this is massive.
right.
Online courses on literally anything. TED Talks, countless podcasts, scientific papers. Most of it is in English first, or only in English.
So whatever you're curious about, psychology, cooking, space,
Whatever it is, English gives you that direct, deep dive access.
and it's not just facts and figures, is it? The emotional side came up too, emotional growth.
Yeah, through things like movies, novels, podcasts again, engaging with stories told in English.
Exposing yourself to this huge range of human experiences, emotions.
And that's where empathy really grows, I think.
How so?
Well, by immersing yourself in stories from different backgrounds, you start to understand people on a deeper level. You connect.
It builds that appreciation for different human experiences. Connects back to the multiple perspectives idea again.
Exactly. It fosters that understanding.
Okay, and we can't ignore the practical side. careers.
Always important.
It was clear in the discussion. English proficiency is a significant advantage.
Yeah.
Job market, opportunities, international work.
Yeah, that's a big one for many people. It's often the default language for global business, isn't it?
Yeah.
Across so many fields, IT, healthcare, hospitality, marketing.
Pretty much everywhere these days. It's a really valuable asset in this interconnected world.
Definitely.
And then they shared this story, Anika from India.
Ah, yes, Anika's story. That was quite powerful.
It really illustrated the whole personal growth angle perfectly.
What was amazing was her determination, right? Using free stuff, YouTube, kids' books.
Yeah. And practicing by talking to herself,
Yeah.
that shows real commitment.
Incredible dedication.
And now she's working for an international NGO, mentoring others.
And her big insight, the thing she said.
That English didn't just make her more knowledgeable, it made her braver.
Braver. Wow. That really hits home, doesn't it? That idea of language pushing you out of your comfort zone.
It really does. It shows how learning a language can fundamentally change your belief in yourself and how you engage with the world.
Beautifully put.
They also touched on self-expression.
Mm-hmm. More ways to say what you think and feel.
Exactly. English gives you extra tools for writing poems, blogs, just journaling your thoughts.
It enriches your inner life, gives you more channels for self-discovery. And there was that idea about multilingualism adding another layer to your identity, too.
Right, like different lenses to see and express yourself through.
Makes sense.
And another point, role models, influential people.
Oprah, Simon Sinek, Brene Brown were mentioned, I think.
Yeah. Knowing English means you get direct access to their ideas, their wisdom.
And crucially, it's unfiltered, isn't it? You're getting it in their own words.
Right. You catch the nuances, the tone, the emotion.
Yeah.
It's just a much deeper, more authentic connection than reading a translation sometimes.
Absolutely. More impactful.
So, okay, after exploring all that, the source material offered some really concrete practical tips for you, the listener, to actually leverage English for personal growth.
Yeah, some really actionable stuff like
Making reading in English a daily habit, even just a page, right? Just keep it consistent.
And speaking, don't let fear of mistakes stop you.
That's a big one.
Practice with anyone, friends, online partners, even just talking to yourself in the mirror. Practice builds that confidence.
And writing. Get into writing regularly. Journaling. Maybe start a simple blog. It helps organize your thoughts, refine how you express things.
Like, definitely. Also, consume content you actually like.
Yeah, find stuff that interests you. Movies, podcasts, YouTube. If you enjoy it, you'll stick with it.
Makes learning feel less like a chore. And set some goals, small ones.
Like learning X number of words a week. Or finishing one English book a month.
Exactly. Little targets to keep you moving forward, keep you motivated.
And the main takeaway with the tips was
progress over perfection. Always. Don't get bogged down trying to be flawless. Just keep engaging, keep learning, keep moving. That's what counts.
Makes total sense. So, wrapping this deep dive up, the core message seems really clear. Learning English isn't just about, language skills in isolation.
Not at all.
It's a real pathway for you to build confidence, expand your horizons, develop empathy, and unlock just a ton of opportunities. Personal, professional, all of it.
Well said. And maybe for those listening who are already fluent, perhaps this makes you think about how you could use your skills to help someone else.
Well, that's a great point, like mentoring or sharing resources online.
Yeah, exactly. Paying it forward in a way.
Love that. Okay, so here's a final thought to leave you with. Thinking about everything we've discussed, what's maybe one specific area of your own personal growth that you now feel inspired to focus on, using your English skills as a tool? Take this conversation, this understanding, really make it your own starting point.